that shows you that the flooding is a real problem in every corner of the state this morning.
The northwest part certainly being hit very hard. New Milford is where rising water has forced some people out of their homes. Some roads to be closed. News 8's Kent Pierce is live there this morning with the very latest. Good morning, Kent.
Good morning, Chris and Aaron. We saw it on the way up here, too, coming up 34 through Derby and Seymour. We saw the Housatonic River coming out of its banks into people's backyards and basements. Crossing the Stevenson Dam, we saw the floodgates were definitely open there, water pouring through that dam. And when we got to New Milford, we saw more evidence of the trouble right back here. You can see that police cruiser has this bridge closed. That bridge goes over the Housatonic River over to Route 7, which is also closed. And take a look at what the water looks like in the river this morning, rushing underneath that bridge much higher than usual. We see big pieces of ice floating by, too, almost like mini icebergs heading downstream, so lots of destructive capability there, too. As I say, Route 7 across the river there is closed. It is flooded out right now. That is the west side of the Housatonic River over there. Over here on the east side of the Housatonic River, the main road that goes down the river on this side is called Grove Street. It is closed this morning, not because the water is over the banks and over the road, but because the rain from last night washed part of a hill down onto the road, a mudslide there. So that's why that road is closed. We ran into a firefighter who tells us there have been at least a dozen calls around New Milford overnight, so they have been out all night responding to all different varieties of them. It's very tough to get around with all these roads being closed, and the precipitation that's still coming down a little bit is actually now starting to freeze on surfaces. We see icicles hanging off of our own live truck. That means that the roads are slick as well. That's one of the reasons that they have closed school here in New Milford today. Live in New Milford, I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.
All right, thanks, Kent. Be careful out there, those icy roads. We also have word of mudslides and evacuations happening right now this morning in Southbury. Authorities telling News 8 they're on the scene at Cedarland and Flood Bridge Roads.
And in Shelton, they're evacuating the Maples area because of rising water at the Stevenson Dam. We are also getting your reported photos of the flooding this morning. This one coming to us from Denise in Oxford. This is on Roosevelt Drive. She says that's her swing set underwater in the backyard. She says they also have about 4 feet of water in their basement.
A lot of folks turning on the sump pumps. If you haven't already, getting going.
This is the scene in Woodbury on Judson Avenue. Eric sent us this one. It's the Pomperaug River turning the road into basically a lake there.